Hello and welcome to yet another episode, another philosophical deep dive into a theme I have chosen today. We're going to take a look at why your dating life sucks. In case it doesn't, this might not be the video for you, but you can still relate to the people close to you, and you can actually take a look at what's making them so miserable in their dating life. I've wondered this question a lot. I've tried to improve upon myself in terms of dating, and I think doing a lot of listening and really listening to people, I figured out, there are some things that they do in fact do wrong, even though they think they're never at fault, and that's never a good mindset to have. So, enough yapping, let's dive right into it. First of all, what are we going to be talking about? Wrong motivation. That's the first thing. You cannot go into the dating world with a wrong motivation. And we're gonna dissect that in more detail. Don't worry, this is just me showing you what's coming up. Biggest mistakes in relationships. Oh yeah, that one is very important. It's more for the people that are already in a relationship. Here's the thing. This doesn't even have to just apply to dating. This can also apply to friendships or situationships, whatever you have going on. I don't know. If you have multiple wives, well, maybe you're probably making some of these mistakes, and they're very common, trust me. Next up, biggest mistakes in dating. This is when you're single and you're looking for someone. And then, lastly, I've chosen this dash saying pick your poison. That was pretty simple. Well, I can actually tell you right now what this means is you can either be alone and feel lonely at night. You can either be married to the same person for 40 years and eventually be pretty annoyed with them, or you can try to manage multiple people, which is never easy. But if they somehow agree to that, that's probably going to have a lot of downsides as well, right? So it can never be that easy. So let's try to make it as easy as we can. First of all, let's go into the wrong motivation. What is this? What do I mean by wrong motivation? What do you mean? What do you mean wrong motivation? Like, I know what my motivation is. Well, do you really? Do you really, man? Do you really know? A lot of these are very common. One wrong motivation is the inability to be with oneself. And what do I mean with this? When you look at a lot of women, and well, it doesn't even have to be just women, right? But it's more common with them for some reason. Okay, I'm not being sexist. I'm just looking at the statistics, and there are not some fucking statistics. This is from my life personally, right? If you're living a different life, well, good for you. But a lot of people, they go from relationship to relationship to relationship, and that is very bad. The reason for that is you just have this tension. You have this constant tension to be in a relationship with someone, and obviously you're going to choose the wrong person. Obviously. So that's very bad. Another wrong motivation is using people as bandages. You might really love this other person, or you might have just gotten out of a bad relationship, or you're just going to use people as bandages, and that's another bad thing. It's so selfish. When it comes to dating, it's such a selfless act. You cannot be selfish when you are genuinely in the dating world. It's very hard not to be in life, and it's pretty much impossible, to be quite frank with you. You need to be as selfless as you can. And using people as bandages, that is a very selfish act. It's very hard not to do either. Like, if you come out of a fucking 5-year relationship and you're hurt, then you might just give chance to that one guy that wants you since forever. Do you really want the guy, or do you just want a bandage? Remember, guys, and this is for girls as well, like a lot of dating videos, they're just for guys. I don't know if that's being targeted to me since I'm a guy, but I see most dating videos for guys. I want to speak to women as well. Don't be somebody's bandage, because you know what happens to a bandage when someone uses it? They throw it away. Simple as that. Another very bad motivation is looks. And we are going to get into more detail about this one. And obviously, I'm not saying looks don't matter. I would not date someone that I just don't find attractive. But you cannot be into someone because of their looks. It's kind of what gets you in the door. Yeah, obviously you have to be attracted to him. But I don't think you should be choosing by looks. That is never a good idea. You should be trying to meet the person and not just say, oh, she's so beautiful, he's so beautiful, I want to be with him. That is never good. Never good. Such an immature mindset. And lastly, filling an internal void with the external. I'm getting almost too philosophical with this. I'm sorry, I'm a philosopher. But the thing with this is, okay, so you have this internal void inside you. You have some emptiness. There's something missing. It's the wrong motivation to go into dating with, because if you try to fill it with the external, that's just a path to misery. Because the external is pretty inconsistent and then pretty unpredictable. I mean, you have this internal void inside you. Let's say you're a girl and maybe you're not emotionally stable. It's obviously good to have that in your partner. It's very important to have that in your partner. But you cannot just fix it by dating a guy that is emotionally stable. Because what then happens is a lot of these girls, they end up falling in love with a guy way too quickly. And the guy is probably not even that into them. They start fantasizing, idolizing him. You're filling this internal void. You have the inability to be with yourself. That's why you latch on to every single guy you meet. Because if you were okay with being yourself, you wouldn't have to latch on to every single guy that shows you a little attention, right? And then you have a situationship going for a month. You're already planning your marriage, and then you find out the guy isn't even that into you. Like, he's been talking to 5 other girls. On the other hand, it's very hard from the guy's perspective. You know, maybe he's just trying to get to know people. He didn't do anything wrong, but he comes out as the asshole somehow. And it really happens to me a lot of times. And, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm just trying to meet people. So that's why you have the wrong motivation. And maybe I do as well, I don't know. So, what is the right motivation? You're like, okay, what the fuck? I thought this is what dating was about. I feel lonely at night, I want to sleep next to someone. No! That's not what dating is about. The right motivation when it comes to dating is literally just 2 things. Getting to know people. Let me repeat. Just getting to know people and adding a little bonus to your life. Your life must be complete before dating. You must have a desire to meet people and then figure out who is compatible with you. Because not everyone is compatible with everyone, and you can definitely not tell that by your looks or by feeling your inner insecurities or just by being unable to be with yourself. You gotta be, if you're able to be with yourself and you literally just get to know people, if you're very secure with yourself, then eventually you will find your partner. Like, guaranteed. You just gotta get to know people. Now, obviously, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. There's more things you gotta look at, and we'll talk about it. But this is the biggest advice I have for you. The reason your dating life sucks is because you rely so much on it. You have to be able to imagine your life as your own, and this dating thing, you gotta realize it's a choice. It's a fucking choice. We see that more and more nowadays. Women are deciding, well, these guys, they're not worthy of marriage. They're some fucking losers. They realize more and more that it is actually a choice to date. We're becoming less traditional, and no wonder why. There are less women worthy of marrying, and there are less men worthy of marrying. So obviously, why would you want to do that, right? That's why if you want to go into that, if you want to have that little bonus in your life, you really gotta get to know people. It doesn't even have to be that you get to know a lot of people. This is just that when there is that one girl or one guy, you don't idolize him, and you really, really get to know him. That is the most important thing ever, I say to you, and trust me. If you're a guy struggling with girls, it's not because of your looks. Well, it can be a part in it, okay, let's be honest. They do matter. But it's not because you're unlucky, right? Like, it's not that, bro. It's not that. I used to think that. I used to think guys are born with the ability to date girls. And then I figured out, oh no, it's actually quite different. It's completely different. So we'll get into it. But first of all, let us talk about the biggest mistakes in relationships. This is when you're already dating someone, and you might have experienced these, and you can actually learn from these as well. Even if you're not dating someone right now, you eventually maybe will. Since you're looking at this video, we probably aspire for that to happen. So let's look into some mistakes you can make, and let's try and avoid them. Let's talk about why there are mistakes. Because I'm not just trying to tell you, do things like this. I'm trying to tell you why it makes more sense to me, but you know what? Do your own thing. So, the biggest mistake I see is not breaking up. I'm like, very controversial, but honestly, yeah, not breaking up, in my opinion, is the biggest fucking mistake I see around so many couples. There are some couples where I'm genuinely like, that's great. Great for you. I'm happy for you. This is working. But there are so many fucking couples when you see the people are in it with the wrong motivation. And it's not... What dating should do is it should add a bonus to your life. It should be adding, not taking away. Not taking away from your life. Like, it should be adding energy. It should be adding motivation. It should want you... You should be happy to be alive. But instead it's making you miserable. Like breaking up. Not breaking up is the biggest mistake. Let's talk about more in detail. So, first of all, you have this toxic codependency. This is a very old school thing, and you probably noticed this with your grandparents. If you look at them, especially my grandparents, right? It's not that I hate them. It's not that I wish for them to separate. I'm just saying, they have this toxic codependency. They are not whole as a person. And together, they're just like dependent, but it's not like this friendship dependency, you know, like it's not like they're helping each other out. It's just so toxic. I cannot even describe it to you. You shouldn't be dependent on your partner. You shouldn't be just straight up dependent. Like, your partner should be willing to help you. It shouldn't just be out of... It's like somebody is forcing them to be together. That's so bad. Long-term misery. You can see that. And this is why we're talking about the right motivation. Okay, sure, in the short term, and since we're talking about dating, the short term can be even fucking 5 years. In the short term, maybe it will work. But in the long term, once again, look at your grandparents, look at old people, how fucking grumpy they are. Of course they're grumpy. They're living lives they never wanted to live. They went in with the wrong motivation, and now they're here. Inability to grow is another big one. Is so bad for your life, honestly, because then you will be even more miserable. If you just depend on your relationship and it just kind of becomes more than life, like, it should just be a little bonus. You shouldn't even care that much about it, honestly. But if it just happens to be everything and you have to keep fucking fixing shit and whatever, then you have this inability to grow. And that is very, very bad for a human being to have. Yeah, once again, you need to see the bigger picture. Stuck on the wrong path. If you are scared to leave the wrong person, what you're doing is you're actively avoiding the right person. Think about that. So, another huge mistake. Rose-tinted glass period. Now, is this a mistake? Well, it's inevitable. Love, at the end of the day, you gotta realize, is irrational. And this rose-tinted glass period will go away. This period is unfortunately inevitable. So I'm not trying to tell you that you should avoid it at all costs. I'm just trying to show you the negative sides of it. So what is negative about the rose-tinted glass period? Spending too much time together, that is such a big one. And honestly, it is just, in the long term, going to create a toxic relationship where you're codependent. I'm saying, bro, I've seen it so many times. I've even experienced it. This is not some made-up bullshit. You have all your life. And if you're not trying to have another situationship or whatever, you should just treat the relationship as it is. It's a long-term game. It's always a long-term game. Yeah, obviously, if you don't want to end up in a friendship, you gotta make a move. But that's not saying you have to spend your every single day. And you don't even, like, why would you even want that, bro? Your partner shouldn't be your life. Your life should be your life, and your partner should just be a bonus. I'm gonna repeat myself a lot. Forgetting yourself, this is what happens. You have the rose-tinted glasses, you fall incredibly in love, which is such an irrational emotion. You spend every single day with your partner, you completely forget who you even are. It's all this, you're together, you become one. You ignore all their red flags, and you're actually not allowing, you're disallowing natural falling in love happen. Because you're not falling in love with the person, really. This is not what falling in love with the person is. When you fall in love with the person, you even fall in love with their flaws, because you realize that is who they are and you cannot change it. No, you're falling in love with the situation. You suddenly have what you have wished for so long. You have this partner. Yay, you can do all these things together. You can have sex. You're like a fucking teenager. This is what happens to all these women that are miserable. It's because you don't focus on yourself. You latch on your fucking monkey branching from boy to boy, to boy to boy, like some fucking monkey jumping in the jungle. This is literally you. This is why you're so miserable. It's so simple. It's so simple. And I'm not telling you to take off the rose-tinted glasses. I'm telling you just to realize the negatives of this and try to fight it as much as I can. I understand. You feel it. Like, you feel the emotion. You want to text the person. You want to talk to the person. But I'm just telling you, maybe try to resist it a little. Just a little. Just think about your future self. You have all the time with this person. If you're dating to marry, at least, or dating for the long term. And I don't even understand why you would want to date for the short term. Obviously, in this video, we're not talking about when you just want to smash someone, when you just want to have sex with someone. Yeah, okay. So that's a whole nother topic. And I'm not even blaming people that want to do that. It's fine with me. It's nothing bad about that. Next up, getting comfortable. Why is this bad? Well, shouldn't I just get comfortable in my relationship? Okay, you should definitely get comfortable in life, but getting too comfortable is never good. I even specified over here, getting too comfortable. First of all, no growth. Here's the reason. Let's say you were a very attractive and ambitious person. And that's how you met your partner. You had all these ambitions, all these dreams. And why did you have them? Well, first of all, because you want to work on yourself. But second of all, you wanted somebody to find you as impressive as you find yourself, right? So you find that partner, he sees that in you, and then he starts dating you. Well, he's kind of making an investment. He's like buying a fucking stock that he thinks is going to go up. But then it stays flaccid. But then, he has this hope, he has this faith, he bought this stock, and he knew the exponential growth there's a potential for it, but then it stays flaccid for a year, for 2 years, 10 years. And do you think your partner will be satisfied? Like suddenly you lost all you've seen this so many times. There's this guy going to the gym being so fucking motivated. As soon as he gets a girl, he stops going. And yeah, the girl in the short term, she's happy, he can spend time with her. But in the long term, she's suddenly like, oh, where did all his dreams go? Where did all his ambitions go? Bitch, you killed him! You fucking killed him! My boy! What happened to him, man? Another one, getting too comfortable, is taking your partner for granted. This has to do with the guy. He stops going to the gym. He takes his partner for granted. He disrespects the bond, the contract. And there's nothing wrong about wanting an ambitious person. You don't want a fucking loser. When you're 40, you want the guy to take care of you. Just as when you're 40, you want the women to be a good life partner, to help you in whatever situations. And another one is unpreparedness for change. So think about all this. You get so comfortable with your partner. You're unprepared to change because you've gotten so comfortable. And then suddenly your partner is like, man, fuck this. You were such an ambitious guy. And even though I wanted you to spend time with me, which you have done, I now realize that you lost all your ambitions and actually you're a loser now. Fuck off. I'm going to go date Chad over here. And then suddenly you've gotten so comfortable. You're so unprepared for change. It wrecks you. You're fucked. You don't know what to do. It's never good. It's never good to get too comfortable. That's why. And lastly, I'm not sure if this is the last one, but I think so. Too little / too much control. Why is this bad? Well, first of all, if you have too little control, then you avoid conflict. That's actually quite an interesting study. And I heard about it on another podcast, so I don't even know if it's real. I hope it is. I'm such a lazy person. I mean, I philosophize about stuff. But the study was about, in the long term, when there were couples not arguing and ignoring their conflicts and stuff like that, they actually, in the long term, it was like a boiling hot soup that keeps boiling. Imagine it's boiling, but you keep ignoring it. It's like you're on a fucking boat. That's what a relationship is, right? You're on a boat together. But just because you don't want to have this conflict and you don't want to work on it, the boat has a little hole, but it's tiny enough to ignore. So you go on, you sail across the ocean, but then there's a tiny little hole again. And then there's so many tiny little holes and scratches and whatnot on the boat, then suddenly it's impossible to fix. And suddenly, a giant wave hits you and you're fucked. This is what happens. You gotta have conflict. Now, I'm not telling you to search out of it for no reason, but it will happen, right? Like, conflict is only natural in a relationship. And you probably even heard girls saying, well, we didn't argue, and it was kind of boring. As sad it is, yeah, It's not that the relationship was perfect, because no two humans are perfect together. Obviously, you're gonna have your disagreements. Like my closest friend, even my mother, my fucking mother, like I do have disagreements with her. But it's important we work on that, right? Like if I was just being quiet and scared of her, like what does that show? I'm a fucking pussy. I don't want my mom to be a pussy. I don't want myself to be a pussy. I want us to argue. Obviously, you would view your partner as an authority, so you're being manipulated sometimes. You can be. I'm not telling you necessarily are, but you can be manipulated, or you're viewing your partner as less. That's when you're manipulating. I also wrote micromanaging. This is when you're treating your partner like some fucking pet. You're micromanaging everything he does. Oh, Peter, bring me my sunglasses. Oh, Peter, do that for me. And then suddenly he becomes a fucking slave to you. And that's not even boring. You want to have respect for your partner. Maybe it's in the short term, but you always see in the long term, this never tends to work. You gotta be equal. You gotta be kind of equal. I would argue that maybe it is maybe wrong to say, but when the guy is a little above the girl, it usually is better. It usually is better. But you should still view your women with respect. But that's all about initiative and stuff like that. And women don't really like that. They don't even know what the fuck they want to eat. Like, admit, girls. If I were to ask you, where do you want to go eat right now? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know because you're so uncertain in life. So that's all about the roles and the dynamic. The guy has to be the certain one. The woman has to be the caretaker. Going very traditional, but traditional works. And this is not traditional because of tradition. This is traditional because of our fucking biology and just how we are. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. So you should never view your partner as much more or much less, just kind of equal. Oh yeah, and actually there's another one. Accepting too much / too little of your partner. That is also never good. You gotta realize your partner is a human being. Why is this not good? Why should I not accept too much or too little? Well, first of all, you have this desperate ignoring of your own standards. Let's say you have a standard that you would not date a person that doesn't smoke. I actually do happen to have that standard, and I recently went out with a girl that smokes. And even though she seems to be very nice, a very cool human being, I'm probably going to stay in touch with her and see what's up. Maybe we can be friends, whatever. But I would never date her because I have this standard. Let's say I go over that standard and I ignore it. Well, that seems kind of desperate, and you should never be desperate, man. There's just going to be other people. You should never be desperate to throw your standards away, because once you do that with one thing, I'm telling you, you'll do that with way many more. On the other hand, you have choosing the wrong life partner. Let's say there's a girl just like her that just doesn't smoke. Well, guess what? It's better. But also, tolerance and respect are key. So, think about it this way. Smoking, that's an important thing for me, but what about other stuff? Maybe there's something I gotta be tolerant about. Like, people are different at the end of the day. Maybe she's not that extroverted as I am. I cannot just be accepting too little. You shouldn't just be wanting to change your partner. That is never good, honestly. And if you're accepting too little from your partner, then you just want to be perfect, and you should just be yourself. That's when the fear of opening up happens, because when people accept too little of their partner, they see them as a flawed human being that they can fix, that they have this fear of opening up, because you don't admit to yourself that you have your own flaws. On the other hand, if you're accepting too much of your partner, then you're ignoring their flaws. You should just kind of realize reality is as is, and it won't really change that much, unfortunately. So, in conclusion, for the mistakes in relationships, you gotta realize dating is a choice. It completely is. Sorry to tell you that, but it is a fucking choice. You want it, I know you want it, but it is not necessary. You need to eat and drink to survive. You don't need to date. It is a fucking choice. So you shouldn't be desperate for a partner. That is never good. That's why grandparents, they were desperate. They had this one person, it's like the only person they ever fucking dated. They dated them for 50 years, and they realized, oh, I was actually desperate for a partner, and this is not even someone I should be with. Take your time. Even if you meet someone in your 30s, even if you meet someone in your 40s, you still have like the other half of your life ahead of you. Don't be fucking irrational. Be respectful and tolerant towards others. That is another big one. Yeah, don't be desperate, but also be respectful. Realize that people, that they have their flaws. Just realize what's not something you can handle. For example, okay, another huge one for me is authenticity. I want the person to be themselves. Yeah, that's a big one. I can just kind of tell. I've become like allergic to non-authentic people, and I can just kind of tell when someone does something out of the wrong motivation. You know, when the women want to see me in a certain light instead of her actually being like that. That's just so fucking non-seductive for me. And listen to your own heart. Listen to your own heart. It's also very important because you see these couples. Let's say you're in a scenario where you're talking to two guys. There's this one guy, he doesn't have any like huge red flag or whatever, but it's just something your mom wouldn't approve that much about him. You've probably been in a situation like that, like haven't you? Right? You think about that. And then there's this other guy that is more of the ideal partner for life. And this is with work and schools and everything as well. You should never go with the guy your mother would approve more. You should just go with the one you and your heart calls you for. Accept that love is irrational and sometimes, you know, like, yeah, obviously, there's going to be that person that's closer to your heart, even though he doesn't seem like the ideal partner. Unfortunately, that's just how life is. But I'm telling you, even if your family doesn't accept of that guy that much, you definitely will be way happier in the long term. So always listen to your own heart, because this is your life. So once we've covered that, let's take a look at the mistakes in dating. What we're going to be talking about is the mistakes in when you're single and looking for a partner. First of all, the biggest one I see guys making, and I don't know, I think girls do that as well, but with girls, it's more, I don't want to say acceptable, but it's more normalized, maybe. Pleasing other people. That is so non-seductive, especially when you're a guy. You gotta have a firm identity. So what you're doing is playing an act. This is the problem I have with the red pill. The red pill mindset is very great. It does teach you a lot of stuff, but it doesn't teach you one thing, is that you have to live it. You have to be the red pill. You have to live the principles that it teaches. You can't just put on an act. You can't just put on confidence. No, you really have to be confident. And once you're playing an act, it's like women, they can just smell that. They're just like little rats lurking around, running around your room. And they can smell you're trying to please them, you know. As soon as you ask a girl something like, well, would you like to do that? Or you're trying to tell her, like, make yourself look good in her eyes. You're trying to impress her with how much fucking money you make or whatever. That's never fucking good, man. You shouldn't even try to impress anyone. That's never good. Never, never, never. I recommend you never do that. Never try to please anyone else. Be a nice person, of course. So another down point of pleasing other people is choosing partners by the wrong standards. Because you're putting them on a fucking pedestal. You're trying to prove to them that you're worthy of them. Man, like, don't fucking do that. If you have any self-respect, never do that, even when you're a woman, please. Treating others as higher beings, that is what I just said, almost begging others to give you a chance. You're there on your knees, telling this girl, well, I go to the gym 5 times a week. That's pretty cool, right? Don't you like that? Ha ha ha. She's like, bro, shut up. This is so fucking lame. If she would think you're cool, she would think it. You wouldn't have to prove it to her. She's either gonna think that or not. It's very simple. You're not gonna affect that. Fucking blue pill virgin. Being disloyal or unsure about your goals. I don't mean to call out my sister, but I'm gonna call out my sister. She's the perfect example of this, and God bless her. I do love her. Here's the thing: when you're disloyal or unsure, I'm not sure. Right? Like, I'm not sure if you women are just unsure. I'm pretty sure you know what you want. I'm pretty sure you want a guy, you want a long-term relationship, you want to marry, but you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm young now. I should be enjoying myself. Bitch, you ain't gonna enjoy none. Fuck off. You ain't enjoying none. You ain't going to enjoy none. When I'm here, you won't be making the dinner. No, but here's the thing. It's just bullshit. All you want is the benefits of something. Oh, I want a guy to marry me and have a family with me. But we're fucking twerking in the club. And when the guy knows it, and people say stuff, you know. I'm a fucking bartender, for example. I work as a bartender. I see people doing stuff. I'm like, I would never marry this woman. Never. Because I know she did that and that and that and that, and I knew she is being disloyal about her own girl. And she would probably excuse it as, I'm unsure, I don't know what I want in life. But you know what you want. But you just want the benefits from it. You want a guy to marry you, but you want to enjoy your 20s. That's why you're here fucking hoeing around in the club. You're ignoring the dedication it takes. It is not easy to be a woman worthy of marrying. And you guys in the West, I'm not sure if the West is the USA. I hope it is the West and not the East. I'm not sure how fucking compasses work. I was never a geographical guy. But you guys in the West, you have it hard. And I understand. Like, I am quite sorry for you. Because even when a girl says she's fucking Christian, but she ain't, man. She already got a fucking body count of 5. She ain't Christian. I'm not saying that body count is all that matters, right? But just like, it takes a certain dedication to be a woman worthy of marrying, just as it takes to be a man. And you cannot just expect to take all the benefits from it. You cannot just expect to be a fucking passive leaf blowing around, fucking being blown in the wind, flowing in whatever direction is good for you and is beneficial. That's just so lame. I ain't gonna fucking marry a bitch like that. Fuck off. Loss of respect from the right person. The right people, the right person that would actually value you for who you are, ain't gonna marry you. And the fucking dumbass guy that just wants a nut, the porn addicted psychopath that looks kind of good, and you think he's this like messiah and he's gonna save you and marry you. No, he ain't. He's just gonna eat your ass and go away. So then you end up with a no clear path. Because you want to marry, but you're doing stuff that's not on the path as wanting to marry. That's like saying, oh, I want to be a millionaire, and then going and buying fucking stupid, overrated, overpriced Gucci bags. Didn't you just say you want to be a millionaire? You want to be what? You want to be a what? Wait, did you just spend $500 on tickets to fucking Adele? Wait, do you mean to tell me that you want to be a millionaire, but you just bought tickets to Drake for $200? No. Do you mean to tell me that you want to be married to a human being someday in an exclusive relationship, but you've slept with 5 guys in the past month? Man, fuck them bitches. That's all I gotta say. Take a look in the mirror and see what goal you have and be fucking loyal to it. And then you have a path. It's that fucking simple. It's that fucking simple. If you want to be fit, you just eat less and work out. You cannot just wish to be fit. It's like life doesn't fucking work like that. We're not in a fairy tale. You're a fucking grown up. So act like it. You're a fucking grown up. Like, the biggest way for me to save most women is to fucking put them in a... Okay, I'm not even gonna finish the sentence. I was gonna say put them in a training camp. Listen, here's the thing. I want to have a marriage one day. I want to be a guy worthy of marrying. And I've had some, I'm not gonna say offers, but chances of fucking a quick satisfaction from some easy women. Do you think I accepted them, being a guy that wants to be in a monogamous relationship, wants to have his own family, wants to be a servant of whatever morality is and wisdom is? Do you think I got sucked off by some fucking cougar in a nightclub? Hell no, bro. Hell no. I didn't even watch porn. Man. So that's how non-dedicated you motherfuckers is. Wanting people instead of wanting to meet people. This one is so big, honestly, I can't even fathom how fucking stupid this is. You gotta realize, love is irrational. We've talked about this, right? And if you are then wanting to meet people, you see a guy and he smirks at you and he smiles at you and you instantly fall in love. You're like, oh my god. Like, it's the same with fucking girls, like those fucking Disney movies. It's like the guy in your class that wants this girl, but when you ask him what's her second name, he don't even know. Bro, motherfucker, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you that desperate? It gives desperate. You're ignoring, or you don't even know the red flags of the person. Most times you're getting taken advantage of, because females, they have this huge truck. It's called attention, and they love it. They're eating it like a fucking single mother eats Ben and Jerry's. All this attention. Like eating it like fucking Johnny Sins eats the asses of his co-workers. Like they have all this attention. They love it. They love it. They love the advantage. And when you're this dumbass guy that is in love with them, all you're doing is getting taken advantage of because you're like their little slave. And you're getting them all that attention. They're so happy. Oh yeah. And it's the same with guys. You know, it's the same with girls that are insecure and they have these very horny men. They want to have some sex and like you throw your pussy at them and now you suddenly think they love you. No, they don't. They just take advantage of you. And another thing is, it's a very shallow relationship. Eventually, if you're going to be in a long-term relationship, it's going to be a very deep thing. You know, imagine the fucking iceberg. Imagine the iceberg like that. Then you're gonna go into the deepest levels. But this, you're just taking the tip. You know, the tip of the penis. It's not good. And I think this might be the last one, Messiah complex. I do unfortunately have this one. So here's the thing, it's not about not having these things. These are very natural. I do also fall in love with women on the first sight. It's very natural. You just gotta fight it. You gotta be a fighter. You gotta be fucking Muhammad Ali, dodging every single punch being thrown at you. And then throwing your punch back. Wow! You know, that's what you gotta do. So I do have this. I do think I can save people, but I know I can't. I know it's just a fucking complex and it's my ego. It's very hard to fight, but you gotta fight. You gotta fight to your last breath. So why is this wrong? Ironically, this is not respecting your partner. This is very ironic because you think you're respecting your partner. You have this Messiah complex and you think you can fix all her mistakes and whatever, but then you're ironically not respecting your partner to have wisdom of their own and be a own human being that can think for themselves. Like, why would she even want to be with someone like that when you think less of them? Second one is you become burdened with another one's flaws, and that is never good because you have your own life to worry, which is a very stressful experience and quite bothersome and quite it's quite complicated, right? You're not some fucking psychologist. Like your partner, they have a lot of friends. They should have a lot of friends, which is very good. Should have a lot of people to talk to. They should have a lot of stuff to do in life, and you shouldn't just be their only thing and their fucking messiah. They should be their own messiah. Slowing down your own journey is another thing that the messiah complex causes in a relationship. When you're constantly trying to fix another person, it does slow you down your own journey because you have to now suddenly focus on two people. It's like, I was not born in conjoined twins. What the fuck is this? Like what the fuck? No. Lastly, the most important thing, people change only when they want to change. So either you're going to accept your partner as they are and slowly, very, 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 very slowly, when they want to change, they will change. Not drastically, but they can kind of adopt some of their habits. They can learn to be a little better. You should always think, my partner has a lot of flaws. I honestly recommend first seeing the negatives in another human being than the positives. This is just way safer in any kind of relationship. That's just my humble opinion. And then accept it. Accept it. Think, okay, you know what? I'm willing to. My woman is not mentally stable, but I'm willing to put up with that because I have my own flaws. She has her flaws, but I want to be with her. I like just not out of this irrational feeling we call love, but just I think it's a good life partner. Yeah, I think it's a great life partner, and I want to go with. I want to have this little benefit of going through life with her. It's pretty fun. That's how you should view it. So, in conclusion, from this whole presentation, you have to be okay with yourself. That is the most important one. Have a clear goal and be loyal to it. Dear God, be loyal to it. Please, people. Get to know people. Once again, just be extroverted, charismatic. Once you're okay with yourself, it will come naturally. Once you don't have to prove anything to anyone, you will just realize, oh, it's actually pretty fun getting to know other people, and I want to see what other people are like, and it's pretty cool having the company in life. I was on bike with my friend today, and it was so nice, honestly. We didn't even say that much, but it was just like such a heartwarming experience. Except most people change at insanely slow pace. And the change is never even that dramatic. A very slight change, but they can adopt a little, yeah. But you gotta accept it. even if they're gonna change, they're gonna change very, very slowly, and that is if they want to in the first place. Like a fucking guy that smokes, even if he stops smoking from day to day just to impress you, he's first of all doing that for the wrong motivation, and second of all, eventually he's gonna get back to it. You have to change slowly, very slowly. Love yourself the most. That is the last thing I'm gonna say for the end of this presentation. It's very important. Dating is a choice. It should just be a benefit. And you gotta love yourself the most. I hope you do. I hope you do. So I hope you enjoyed it. More coming up. Please follow, please subscribe. And don't do that I don't even want you to do that because of me. I want you to do it because of yourself. I want to be there for people. Yes. It's important to be a good person. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to know more about the world. So get on the journey with me. It's very fun. I hope you have some questions. If you do, please write it. I hope you even have some criticism. That's pretty fun for me to tackle. But most importantly, love yourself the most. That's very, very important. You gotta accept yourself the most, because that's when you learn to accept other people. I could never have accepted my partner when I didn't accept myself. Obviously. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for listening. Have a great day, and don't watch porn. That's the wisdom I'm giving you for today. Free wisdom. Yay. See you.